No one wants to see or smell your unraveled pad sitting in their bathroom trash can or sitting in their facility trash can. I am here to help you.
I need a doctor visit. Tell me, doctor, am I really sick? He said I'm showing characteristics of being a snobby bitch. Yeah, I'm a puppet.
What is up, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a part 2 to my first hygiene video. So this video is gonna touch a little bit more on you know, periods and stuff like that, more concerning the pom-pom. Before I get started with this video, I want to go ahead and turn your attention to this beautiful necklace that I have on. This necklace was sent to me from Yafini. This necklace is super cute and it is a name necklace, so they are custom. I decided to get my zodiac sign since I already have a necklace that has my name on it. Name necklaces are a perfect gift for Christmas. So if you have somebody like a mom, a sister, a brother, or anybody, and you really don't know what to get them, I really would recommend going and getting yourself one of these necklaces. I have a coupon code link down below so you can get a certain percentage off of these name necklaces. These necklaces do take about 2 weeks to come, so if you're planning on getting one for somebody for a holiday, I really would recommend you go ahead and get them right now. You can literally customize them with any name you want to. It can be your first name, your middle name, your zodiac sign, like how I did. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started with this video. The first thing that I want to talk about in this video is periods. So periods are really uncomfortable. It's a really uncomfortable, you know, conversation for a lot of people to have, especially if you're like a younger person watching this video. You'll know that like periods are like nobody talk about it, but I'm here to talk about it. That's my job. That's what I'm about to do. The first thing that I do want to touch on with periods are how to keep your body clean and smelling good while you're on your period so you don't stink. Well, as we all know, you have to wash your body, especially when you're on your period. You definitely have to wash up. You definitely have to use soap and water and shower every day of your period. And I do 100% recommend using soap when you are on your period, because nobody should be water washing their coochie when they're on their period, because periods smell. It's a thing. Like everyone's period, everyone's, you know, cucaracha, whatever, has a smell to it. It's your job to make sure that the smell is under control. So if you want to know what soaps and other products I use, you know, for my then go ahead and check out my last hygiene video that I posted a few weeks ago. So staying on the topic of periods, I want to go into what, you know, personally, because we're getting real personal on this channel, what I use when I am, you know, on my period. So this is a box of tampons. Now, a lot of people are not ready for tampons. A lot of people are uncomfortable with tampons. A lot of people don't like tampons. But for the people who do use tampons and are comfortable with tampons, I just wanted to touch on this subject just so we can kind of get a conversation going, you know, about the different types of tampons and the different sizes. So this box that I have is the Tampax Pearl. I also use the Kotex brand tampons. They're like my second favorite alongside these. But I wanted to let you guys know something that you might not know, which is you have to change your absorbency of your tampon depending on the day of your period. People have shorter periods, some people have longer periods, some people have medium, intermediate, in the middle periods, and I really just wanted to let you guys know that when you are, you know, having a heavier flow or everything's kind of like a massacre down there, you want to use a heavier absorbency. So it would be like the Super Pluses, the Ultras, anything like that, just so that you can avoid any accidents. Personally, I would rather have a higher absorbency than a lower absorbency when I'm first on my period or in the middle of my period, just so that I can avoid any accidents or any stains or anything at school or work or wherever I'm at. And then the longer you go and the closer you get to the end of your period, you want to get a lighter absorbency. So you want to just wear a regular or light tampon towards the end of your cycle. So I also want to touch on a few things for my younger viewers. So I got a box of pads, because most people do start off with pads. When you are, you know, first getting your period, you don't really want to just go sticking stuff up in there, you know. So I definitely would recommend pads. I recommend pads with wings, just in case, because wings catch all the excess, you know, stuff that's going on. So as y'all probably know, I have a little sister, so we had this whole talk and conversation. I definitely would recommend the Kotex brand pads. I really don't recommend the Always brand pads. There was this whole thing on Twitter about the chemicals that they use in it, and ever since then, I don't even know if it's 100% facts, but I don't really like those. I definitely recommend the pads by Kotex. And since we're on the topic of pads, this is for my younger viewers out there. I know all my older ladies, y'all really don't need to know this, or some of you might need to know this, but some people really don't know how to take care of themselves. But that's okay. That's fine. That's why I'm here to teach you. So when you have a pad and you are removing your soiled pad, you don't just throw it in the trash can beside the toilet, or the trash can at your school, or the trash can at your friend's house, at your cousin's house, wherever. You don't just rip it off and just toss the thing in the trash can. You take it off, you roll it up, you take some toilet paper and you wrap it around a few times this way, turn it, and you wrap it around a few times this way. Then you take this and you roll it up in this too, and then you plop it in the trash can. Now you may be wondering, why do I have to do all of that just to dispose of my pad? Because nobody wants to see your bloody pad that has unraveled. And trust me, they do unravel. When you just fold them up by themselves, they will unravel in the trash can. No one wants to see or smell your unraveled pad sitting in their bathroom trash can or sitting in their facility trash can. I am here to help you, because a lot of people do not know. And do not worry, we're going to touch on tampons as well. Just wait, give me a second. When you're putting a tampon in, as most of you may know, you kind of use your thumb, your index finger, and you insert it into where it needs to go, and then you bloop, 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 push it all the way up in there until it hangs inside with this string hanging out of your body. Everyone knows that, right? We're going to talk about a topic that a lot of people don't know about, which is disposing of your tampon. So when you pop your tampon out of your cooter and it's soiled, you want to take the next tampon wrapper that you're going to be using, because you'll take out your other tampon, and you can either A, wrap it in toilet paper, which is also a very good option. Wrap it in toilet paper, or you can slide it back on up in there like that. Make sure you take toilet paper when you plop it out. I'm pretty sure most people know that you don't just snatch a tampon out with your bare fingers. You kind of grab a piece of tissue and just pull it out like that. So once you get it in like this, then you want to fold it down. Take a piece of tissue and wrap it around the same way that we did the pad and dispose of it. Now, a lot of people flush their tampons, but you're not really supposed to do that because it can mess up the septic tank. If you're comfortable with flushing them in your own house, I do say in your own house, because if you mess up your own septic tank, whatever, but if you mess up a facility or a building septic tank, you're in trouble. If you're comfortable flushing them, you know, in your own bathroom, be my guest. Go ahead, flush them in your bathroom. But if you are at a guest's house, or if you are in a building or at school, I definitely would recommend you putting it in here and you wrapping it up in a bunch of toilet paper, because it can definitely seep through. And it definitely smells really bad. I don't care who you are. Like, a old used tampon is not going to smell good under any circumstances. So, moving on to the next part of my period talk. Like, wow, this is a really long conversation. I didn't expect this part to last that long, but it is, so we're just going to continue. We have panty liners. So, panty liners, a lot of people don't use panty liners or know what panty liners are. Panty liners are basically what you put in your underwear to catch any discharge or any spotting that you have. So if you're on the last few days of your period and you really don't want to put a pad or a tampon on, you definitely can use a panty liner. If you're ovulating and you have a lot of extra discharge coming out, you definitely can use a panty liner to catch all that, just so you don't, you know, have a bunch of, what word should I use? A bunch of extra going on in your underwear. These are really good for that, really good for catching discharge. They're also really good to avoid stains in your panties. So as people may know, your vagina is acidic to a certain point, and it definitely can stain or bleach or alter the color of your panties. And if you want to avoid that, you can definitely wear panty liners. I mean, discharge is normal, so you don't really have to wear a panty liner when you're just normally, you know, dispensing discharge. But if that's an issue for you, or if you know you're spotting or you have any excessive discharge, then you definitely want to invest in a pack of panty liners. And I got these from the Dollar Tree, just so y'all know. Like, I'm a Dollar Tree freak. Like, I love Dollar Tree. Anything that I can get from the Dollar Tree, I'm gonna get it. Besides, like, food, I guess. I mean, not candy, but, like, food. So, last but not least, on the subject of periods, I just wanted you guys to know that, when it comes to the type of panties that you're wearing when you're on your period, you really want to be cautious because you don't want to A, ruin your panties, B, seep through your panties, or C, that's all I have. You just don't want to bleed through your panties. So the type of underwear that I recommend using when you're on your period are these. These are just standard Walmart underwear. These are just regular old panties with a cotton thingy in the middle. And I recommend these because I really want to stress that you should not be wearing anything like this on your period. You should not be wearing thongs on your period simply because thongs can already irritate, you know, your area down there, wearing them too often. But they definitely can irritate it when you also have a string and hanging out of your body. So I definitely would recommend, if you do use tampons, that you wear a regular pair of panties. That's also really helpful for you because just in case you do bleed through, you don't want to stain your good panties. You don't want to stain your good thong and your good silk drawers and all of that. You don't want to, you know, mess up your good panties, your good pink panties. These panties cost like $10.99. Like, who want to do that? Not me. Also, when it comes to the whole panties situation, I do want to recommend that you wear Spanx or spandex with it as well, because Spanx and spandex kind of hold everything together when you have a pad on. So I'm going to kind of, you know, say this for my viewers who use pads. I definitely would recommend using Spanx or spandex pants when you have a pad on, so it can kind of hold everything in place. When you're wearing really loose panties, or you're wearing really loose pants or sweatpants or anything like that, it's really easy for your pad to kind of shift around and make it easier for you to have a leakage. So I definitely would recommend wearing either a slightly smaller pair of underwear or just your regular underwear with a pair of spandex over top of it. So another part of, you know, keeping yourself clean and smelling good while you're on your period, these will be a lifesaver. And these right here are baby wipes. Fragrance-free baby wipes. Now, I know a lot of y'all might think like, oh, well, why can't I just use feminine wipes? If these are sensitive enough to go on a baby's butt, why wouldn't they be sensitive enough to go on your butt? You trust these to go on your baby's butt, so I definitely would trust it to go on my own butt and cooter area. Feminine wipes, I really don't know what's in those. I don't know the chemicals that are in those. Personally, I just don't use feminine wipes because I don't see the appeal of it. I feel like feminine wipes are kind of equivalent to feminine washes, and there's a lot in there that could throw off your pH balance. So I definitely would recommend just sticking to regular fragrance-free, and I want a heavy emphasis on that, fragrance-free baby wipes. You know, after you get done changing all your stuff, or right before you change all your stuff, you just want to, oops, I ripped it. You just want to pop one of these out and, you know, kind of clean everything up down there, because toilet paper can only do but so much. It's kind of like where you use baby wipes when you poop. I don't know if other people use baby wipes when they poop, but you kind of want to wipe everything away with the wet and then kind of go in with the dry to clean it all up. Say this is your butt and this concealer is poop. And if you just wipe it, I don't have a tissue here. You just wipe it with a tissue. Is it really clean? But if you wipe it with the wet part, then you fold it over, you wipe it again, then you wipe it with the dry one. Now you're really clean. I just recommend baby wipes just to make sure that everything is extra clean down there, to make sure there's no, I don't want to be vulgar, there's no blood residue, if I can say that. I really don't want to get demonetized, so I'm trying not to like say anything crazy. You can keep these in your purse, you can keep them in your bag, you can keep them in your bathroom if you really don't leave the house like me. Next thing that I want to talk about in this follow-up to my feminine hygiene routine is shaving. I kind of touched on shaving a little bit in my last video, but I didn't really go in detail like how I wanted to. Now, I do want to say that I don't recommend everybody shave. Like, I'm not really a big advocate for like, oh, girl, stuff has to be bald all the time, da, da, da. Because at the end of the day, we have hair. It's natural. It's normal. Nobody really cares, especially if you're involved, you know, romantically with a guy. I mean, the ones who care too much about how baldy stuff is, those are the ones you gotta watch. Because honestly, I personally feel like they're weird. Because it's like, okay, if there's a little peach fuzz down there, cool, who cares? If there's a little, you know, half bush down there, cool, who cares? Like, but if he's like, oh, you have to be completely bald, you have to have nothing down there, you need to watch him, because he's probably a weirdo. Because at the end of the day, grown women and women of age have hair on their stuff. Like, it just grows like that. That's how it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be there. So never feel ashamed or feel like you have to shave. Especially don't feel like you have to shave for somebody else or to make somebody else happy. If you want to shave, do it because you want to shave. Because you want to, you know, feel like a dolphin coming out to sea when you get out the shower. That's besides the point. On to the subject. For shaving creams, these are two shaving creams that I like. This one is an inexpensive one, which is from the Dollar Tree, which I recommend for the top part of your vagine and, you know, your legs and armpits and all that. And then this another one that I like, and this one I get from Walmart, and this is the EOS shave cream, and this one is kind of like lotion, which I really like, and it smells super good. And I also will use this for you know, the nether regions part. I really want to emphasize that you should not be putting any type of shaving creams or anything like that on the inner part of your cootie. Simply because you don't want to run the risk of it getting into your actual vaginal canal, which is the hole, if that's what you want to call it. You don't want to run the risk of that happening. So when you're down there rinsing and everything, you really don't want any type of chemicals or any type of shaving creams or any type of soap or anything to get inside of that part. So I would say be really careful when you're shaving and you want to get to the inner part. I personally don't put shaving cream on that part because I don't want to run the risk of anything getting, you know, washed up in there. I like these two shaving creams because this one's super inexpensive. So if you're just now shaving, you're just now learning how to shave, you're just now getting into it, and you really don't want to buy an expensive shaving cream, definitely would recommend going to the Dollar Tree and getting this. In place of any shaving creams, I would definitely recommend using some type of oil. You can use an oil gel. They have Johnson & Johnson baby oil gel, or you could just use a regular oil like coconut oil to shave as well. A lot of people aren't comfortable with shaving cream simply because of the chemicals. And with coconut oil, it's more of a natural and organic product, so you can use it down there to shave, which I have before. I definitely recommend it, but you really have to use a lot, and I want to emphasize that so much. You definitely have to use a lot if you are using coconut oil to shave. So these razors that I have, I get the men's 6-blade razors. I don't know why, but I feel like men's razors are a little bit better than women's razors. I know they're technically the same, but I don't know. I just feel like men's razors are kind of meant for men's facial hair, you know? So I feel like they make them a little bit more sensitive than women's razors that are kind of just meant for your legs and stuff. Usually I get the men's 6-blade razors. I do not use 2-blade or single-blade razors. I don't like those personally. I feel like they nick you more. I feel like they leave more scars. I feel like they just mess all your stuff up. So I recommend getting 6-blade razors. And I get these from the Dollar Tree as well. Y'all won't hear me say Dollar Tree a lot because I love the Dollar Tree and I have no shame in it. I want to say that you guys definitely should be shaving with the grain. I don't care what anyone says about shaving against the grain. Shaving against the grain will make you have ingrown hairs. It will definitely cause scarring because the hair is being pulled backwards and it's pulling the hair in the opposite direction of where it naturally wants to go, and that can definitely damage the hair follicle. I always recommend shaving with the grain. You'll get a clean shave, you'll get a close shave. It's never going to be 100% bald. It's never going to be 100% slick and silky smooth while using razors. That's just not how it's going to be. If you want that super slick, super silky smooth look, I definitely would recommend going and getting wax, but that's super expensive. When I went to go get my first Brazilian wax, I think I spent like $65 on it, and that's for the first time because, you know, first time I was going to freak out. So I went and I spent $65 on that, and a lot of people don't have the means to spend $65, $70 on getting, you know, their stuff waxed. Now, I do have a waxing kit that I use at home as well, but I only really use that for like my bikini line area. So if you guys want me to leave a link to the type of waxing kit that I have, I'll leave it down below. And while we're still on the topic of shaving, I want to get into this little thing right here, which is an electric razor. And I really recommend these for people who are younger and aren't as experienced with razors or anything like that. Now, this isn't going to give you a super close shave. It's kind of going to trim you more so than shave you, which honestly, especially if you're younger, all you really need is a trim. You don't need to be shaving bald at this point in time anyway. Like, trust me, I have a little sister, I tell her the same thing. You don't need to be bald. Like, that's not what you need to be going for at this very moment, you know. You use this, it's just a little trimmer thing, and you use the sides and kind of just guide it along where you want to remove the hair from, and it will take off some of the hair but not all of it. I don't personally put this super duper close to my skin, so maybe it could get a really close shave, but I don't want to find out. I use it to trim and get everything really low and, you know, really uniform looking. So another thing that I did touch on in my last video is scarring and discoloration on your lady part. This time I actually have the scrubs that I was talking about in my last video. So this is the Dove Body Polish, and it smells amazing. And this is the Tree Hut Sugar Scrub Bohemian Escape, which smells amazing. I live for smells, y'all. Like, I love things that smell good. But these are the two that I have. This one actually has turmeric in it, so it kind of helps to fight against discoloration and scarring. So I definitely would recommend this if you have been shaving for a while and you do have discoloration and you want to get rid of it. So on the topic of smelling good, you know, and being clean, you know, in that area, I do want to show you guys the type of soap that I mentioned in my last video that I do use, and I kind of want to give a little mini demonstration, because what I realized from my last video is that a lot of people don't have I guess people at home who can tell them how they're supposed to clean themselves. So I really wanted to touch on that and kind of give you guys, you know, the ways that I know to clean my body personally, and no one's ever told me I stink before. So I use a bar of Dove white soap, and I want to make this part of the video very inclusive because I know everyone has different ways that they wash their body. So I'm going to interchangeably use wash rag or hand. I'm not going to say which one I use because I just don't want to make anybody feel, you know, weird or bad for the way that they personally wash their body. But I'm going to use those words interchangeably so no one feels bad about what they do. So you want to take your soap and you want to lather it up really good with, you know, your washcloth or with your hand. You kind of want to put one leg up on the side of your tub area so that your lady parts are spread open slightly, and then you want to hold open one side. I definitely have never in my life recommended putting any soap on the inside, so we're going to not even worry about that. You'll hold open one side, and then you take the soap with your wash rag or hand, whatever you prefer, and you want to clean that one side, just the outer labia skin. You want to clean that part. You want to clean the one side, then you want to go to the other side, hold it open, you want to clean that side, and then you kind of want to let the water run in between. And then personally, I always like kind of cut my hand and like take the water and kind of like splash it up on there just so I can make sure that everything's rinsed off, because you definitely do not want to have any soap residue on your, you know, on your box. So I would definitely recommend that you rinse really good, and when you do rinse, I would recommend that you rinse in the same way that you clean. So hold one side, rinse, you know, then take your hand, cup the water and splash it. And you really want to avoid getting any soap inside of yourself, just because that can lead to bacterial infections or anything really serious that can make you have to go to the hospital or go to the doctor. So I definitely want to emphasize that you should not be putting any soap or anything up in there. And you want to do the same thing for your butt area, because when we are on our periods and, you know, you go and use the bathroom and you wipe, you definitely are getting remnants of your period on your butt area. If you wipe properly, which is from the front to the back, you are definitely getting remnants of your period on that area. So I definitely recommend, you know, when you're in the shower, kind of spreading your cheeks, you know, taking your soap with your wash rag or hand, whatever one that you use personally, and, you know, washing your crack and all that area, and then rinsing it the same way that you would your vaginal area. I do want to say that this video is for educational purposes, because one thing that I've realized from having a little sister is that not everyone is awarded with the type of parents or older siblings or anybody who kind of sits them down and tells them about hygiene, or tells them how, you know, to properly take care of their bodies, or how to properly, you know what's going on. Because at the end of the day, we're all learning. So when I do run into people and people are like, oh, they stink, or oh, they smell bad, they always stink, it's kind of like you have to wonder, maybe they weren't taught how to properly clean themselves, and that's not really their fault, you know. So I want to make videos like this in the future, just because I want everyone to have a chance to get the information that they need about staying clean and keeping their body clean and smelling good, because no one likes to walk around smelling bad. No one likes to walk around somebody that's smelling bad. But I really just wanted to emphasize that that is the purpose of this video. I had a really good turnout with my last video, so I really wanted to touch on some other things that I didn't really get to discuss in that video, because that video was so long. I was like, I don't want to make this video 45 minutes long. So I decided to go ahead and do a follow-up on it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and if you like this video, please make sure you like this video, subscribe to my channel, and turn on the post notification bell so you can be notified every time I post a video. If you found any part of this video helpful, or you feel like this video could help somebody that you know, please, please, please share this video with anyone that you may know, especially younger girls who kind of need a little, you know, a little advice on hygiene and how to take care of their bodies and anything like that. And if you guys want me to do any videos pertaining to girl talks and hygiene again in the future, please make sure to leave a comment down below, and I will definitely do those. I personally, I love talking about stuff like this. Like, I love helping people know about their bodies, and I love helping people know about, you know, how to stay clean and how to smell good and all that. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.
I want a slim fine woman with some twerk with off. I want a slim fine woman with some twerk with off. I want a slim fine woman with some twerk with off.